Now, the problem is, how do I display this guy? Because he is extremely tall and I do want to display him next to my surfers. Hey guys, welcome to another statue unboxing. Today we are going to unbox a Marvel statue. As you can see, it is from Icebreaker Design Studio. This studio no longer exists. I actually did not buy this statue from the studio, but from a different studio who bought the remaining stocks from the factory. Since the original owner of the studio actually ran off with some money, I did try to sell some of the stuff, their 1/4 and 1/6 stuff back then. I think I sold a few, and now I'm also trying to sell some of these, and we are going to unbox this one. This actually came in 2 big boxes. The other one is below. This is the biggest one of the 2, so we're going to unbox this first. Okay, so here we have the second shipper box inside the bigger one. I don't know why they did that. Maybe to protect the statue or the box. Okay, there's actually no Velcro to hold down the black foam, as you can see, or even a packaging tape. Anyway, we are going to unbox Galactus, and his body is here. Actually, let's start with the smaller stuff. So his right hand here, very big, lots of details, very nice. Since we don't have space yet on the table, gonna put them on the sides. Okay, we have the portrait here. As you can see, it is very, very detailed. Very nice paint job as well. Oh, we have Silver Surfer. Not sure what scale this surfer is, but it's pretty small, as you can see. Next is we have an Infinity Gauntlet right arm switch out. It does not have any light up features as far as what I can see. We have a cosmic power effect here. And the last thing on the first layer is Galactus. Let's see how we could pull this giant out of the box. Galactus is extremely heavy. I think we need to use gravity to pull him out. Okay, Galactus is extremely heavy and actually very, very big. Let's put him aside first. Second box, hopefully it won't be the double shipper box. Still with the double shipper box. Okay, so this is odd. The bottom part of box 2 is already sliced up. And what's even odd is the styro below is also in half. So the statue is upside down. We need to unbox it properly. So hopefully nothing broke. I actually don't have a Galactus statue, so this is my first. I'm not sure if the one I pre-ordered before is gonna happen. I haven't seen any updates from that yet. Hopefully everything is good. And I do want to own probably the Sideshow one someday. Okay, still no Velcro or packaging tape. We have the left arm switch out. I think we're almost done with the unboxing. Last left arm switch out with the celestial head here. This is actually my favorite switch out of them all. And finally, we have the base. It's actually very, very big. Let's see if we could carry this. Okay, it's really big and it's a bit hard to pull out of the box. So the sticker says Devourer of Worlds. Edition size is 100 and I got number 44. This cosmic stuff is actually very, very shiny. It's made out of like orange and red. Very, very red. Time to install Galactus. His left leg does have a key. Should go to the base. Easy peasy. Very massive, as you can see. It only has one head. one portrait. There you go. Like I said, this is my favorite switch out, so I'm gonna use this as my left arm. It's actually quite heavy. I think this one needs a key. Anyway, hopefully it won't fall. As for the right hand, we have the Infinity Gauntlet or the normal one. I'm not a fan of the Infinity Gauntlet for sure, so I'm just gonna use that. And I think we could use this cosmic thing here on his palm. Okay, there you go. I wonder where Surfer slots in. It should be somewhere in the hand. Anyway, we'll figure out this later. But basically, we have completely assembled the Icebreaker design Galactus, and I'm not sure yet what scale this is. So, Galactus himself without the base stands at 34 inches tall. Yes, he is quite tall. The base is 3.5 inches tall, making him a total of 37.5 inches in height. The width is 19 inches wide and the depth is 17 inches deep. But that is highly dependent on how you angle him. I display him like this with the right arm on the front and the left hand almost not visible at the back. For the concept, we have Galactus here standing very triumphant on a cosmic looking base. The surface looks like it's the moon with metallic orange like clouds. I don't really know what they are, but the sculpt to me looks like that they are clouds. You could see some textures on the base but very minimal on the moon type surface. Lots of rocks with various sizes. As for Galactus, he stands on a Captain Morgan type of pose. Lots of details, but more on that later. The statue comes with two sets of arms. For the left arm, you get a normal closed fist right hand and the other one is holding a decapitated head of a celestial. This is actually my favorite switch out and kinda reason why I love this statue. On the right hand, we have the Infinity Gauntlet and an open right hand with two additional switch out. Either you go with the Cosmic Power that I have on right now or the Silver Surfer switch out. I've actually measured the Silver Surfer. He is 1/38 scale, so Galactus is obviously the same scale. Obviously, none of us could own a true quarter scale Galactus statue. Also, the statue does not have any light up features, so hopefully that is not a deal breaker. So moving on to the sculpt, the base like I mentioned earlier has some textures but not a lot. The clouds does have some random details. It's not entirely smooth. And moving on to Galactus, he is packed with details. From all these random lines you see on his suit, some random mechanical details all throughout the statue. The statue doesn't have any textures at all because all part is metallic and smooth. I think there is something wrong with his anatomy but not so much. I think his chest is a bit bigger than it needs to be. It could be just me or the angle, but that's what I noticed. Also, his right arm is definitely short, but it can be hidden if you angled him like this. I do have something to add later in my conclusion. And also, by the way, this statue survived a magnitude 6 to 7 earthquake recently. Actually, all my statues survived the earthquake and aftershock. So they say this statue is very stable and well constructed. So next is the paint. Obviously, I love the paint due to it being metallic. It has some shading here and there, but very minimal. But honestly, I don't mind that at all. By the way, this statue came in two variants. This is the purple variant. There is a blue variant which is, I think, more comic accurate or depends on which comic you are looking at. But I do prefer the blue variant. Just didn't know it was available when I got this one. Anyway, not so bothered by it because of the price. My comment about the base is this organic metallic cloud should have been maybe painted dark gray to make them like smoke, just so they don't capture much of your attention. But if you look at the size of Galactus, it might be possible you wouldn't even notice the base at all. So in conclusion, conclusion, definitely great statue, massive, and extremely cheap. In case you're wondering why it's cheap, the original owner left some stocks to the factory, so the stocks were bought by a different studio at a very cheap price and were hence sold very cheap. The statue commands a lot of presence due to its size. Obviously, very nice paint job in my opinion. However, I think this statue is not finished. If you look at his upper body, you see a lot of details, right? Then when you look at his knee below, the details are gone. I would believe the sculptor would have added the same details there similar to that on his elbow area. As you can see, this line here on his knee is not yet even finished. And if you look at Galactus here at the back, this part here is obviously not finished. If you see some sculpts that are not finished yet, you will see this small cube details there. And actually, if you look at his right knee here below his thigh, you could see already some of the lines which obviously are not visible here. So that made me conclude that it was not finished. And that's probably also one of the reasons his right arm isn't, or it looks weird because it's not finished, so they were not able to fix some of that. Anyway, this is not proven, but just my opinion. It could be possible they choose to do it this way, but it doesn't take anything away from the statue, to be honest, because it is below here. It couldn't be seen that much, and some are actually at the back. It still looks pretty darn good. With that said, I'd rate this statue an 8. I do love this statue a lot. I intended to pre-order it back then, but decided not to because a different, more museum one came out for pre-order. So I pre-ordered that instead. I'm glad because of the new price I was able to buy this one. Now finally, I have a Galactus statue. Now the problem is, how do I display this guy? Because he is extremely tall and I do want to display him next to my surfers. Anyway, if you are looking for something else to watch, you can check out my unboxing and review of my favorite surfer statue right here. This is Carl and see you in the next one.